Israel's and Russia's treatment of the LGBTQ cause through Eurovision. That's the title of our paper. And this is us and the photos. Okay, so let me just read and then dive into it. So it says, governmental gaslighting of public opinion through advances versus rejection of a specific social cause. Now, the word gaslighting is my choice of words. I didn't find the right setting to put it yet in the paper itself, but this is pretty much how a word that sums it up. We claim that the propaganda used by both Israeli state media and Russian state media of the LGBTQ cause, specifically in Eurovision, but also in wider perspective, is mainly aimed at instrumental approach rather than direct concern to this cause. This is pretty much sums it up, what I'm going to claim here. The Kremlin aims at domestic PR. I mean, the Kremlin tries to characterize the rest of the world, and especially the Western world, as degenerate, as nasty and corrupt, and it uses this homophobic rhetoric and homophobic propaganda as means to paint that picture and eventually sell this image to its own domestic public opinion. On Israel's government's use of the same cause, we can say pretty much the opposite, okay? Israel's government aims at foreign audiences. There's a term for that. It's called hasbara in Hebrew, if you know it. And yeah, that pretty much sums it up. This is my choice of words. Because if the rest of the world is so corrupt, as Russia tries to convey its citizens, Russians shouldn't criticize their leadership. And if Israel is so great, as Israel tries to portray itself to the world, then the rest of the world has no right to criticize its leadership or our leadership. I mean, Israeli, you got that. Yeah, so I think it's self-explanatory, and we can move forward. Okay, so I hope you see it well. Yeah, okay, great. So we've got two stories here, two anecdotes diving into our subject. And let's start, let's start with Anton Krasovsky. I don't know if you heard about the guy, but he used to be a presenter in Russian state TV, who made a protest when one of the Russian homophobic laws, anti-LGBT laws passed, something that said that you cannot come out in any way, shape, or form in the presence of minors. I mean, you should not make gay propaganda aimed towards minors. He publicly came out as a Russian state TV anchor and said, fuck it, I'm gay myself. Am I going to get into prison? And he was immediately sacked because of it. Over the latest invasion of Russia, Russian invasion of Ukraine, he was recruited back to Russian state TV and became, well, what you see on the screen, turned into a brazen war propagandist, saying all sorts of vile and nasty things about Ukraine. So this is one anecdote to show you how Russia ruling elites and establishment use the LGBTQ cause, and how sometimes they, suspend their own homophobia if this certain person can act as a propaganda asset in this case. And my personal story of Kiev Pride, it's another example of suspension to show you how instrumental our own government, my own government, Israeli government's use of the veneer of LGBT inclusivity. When I was with my activist friends organizing or helping them organize the 2007, I believe, Kiev Pride, the Pride Parade in Kiev, many embassies, especially from European countries, co-sponsored the event and signed on, support. And they asked me to contact the Israeli embassy, and I said, you know, people are disappointed in you. Why didn't you sign? Why didn't you voice your support? And they told me, wait. Yeah, it's not part of our mission here. This is what they told me, okay? Self-explanatory. So let's move forward. I've been asked by the committee specifically to address, our research or the setting of our research in light of what happened since October 7th, the Hamas-led attack on Israeli military outposts, both military outposts, which is completely legit by international law, but also premeditated massacre of civilians, which is a war crime. And I guess you've been following. You have no way to avoid that. So I'm going to talk about two different media personalities. One is Palestinian, one is Israeli. Wait just a moment. Yeah. Just a moment. Oh, yeah. So, Bashar Murad is a Palestinian artist who also holds an Israeli citizenship. And maybe you know that he was cooperating with Hattari from Iceland. He's a queer, openly queer Palestinian artist, very interesting artist, promoting the Palestinian liberation cause, but also very critical of his own society back home, on its homophobia, obviously. And here's my observation as of it. He was cooperating with Hattari, and he also tried to represent Iceland in, I can't remember, one of the latest editions of Eurovision. And the thing is, Israeli state media, as you probably can imagine, went after him, accusing him of all sorts of stuff, and I really followed his appearances and statements, and I couldn't really find anything actually bad that he said about Israel in general. He did say that he's proud to be Palestinian and he's happy to promote the Palestinian cause. So I suggest you follow his music, really, pretty much because he gets a lot of rejection from both societies, and he needs this international audience to keep on producing his great work. One of his songs, for example, is called Intifada on the Dance Floor, so please follow him. And an opposite example of another influencer you wouldn't follow or unfollow if you're following. His name is Yoav Atzmoni. He's a reservist. I don't remember his role. Openly gay, in the Israeli military. And I hope you see it on the post. Yeah, you see the date, right? Or you don't? Because there is a translation I see. It's relevant, so please, can you turn off this French, please? Is there no possible way to eliminate it? I'm sorry. I know it sounds bad, but please don't take it off my time. I mean, take it off my time.
Yeah, we move it. Perfect. Yeah, we can.
Okay. Oh no, because the date here, we're several days after, Israel's military action against Gaza, the assault on Gaza as a whole, and not just against Hamas. Yoav Atzmoni posted this post that on his Instagram saying, "Saving the only democracy in the Middle East." And I guess we're short in time. Yeah, I should be moving forward. But behold, this is the other second photo that he posted, went viral over Israeli media. Why don't we see it? Why isn't it moving forward? Please take it off my time. I mean, don't take it off my time. I don't. Sorry. I'm not good with time. Okay, this is the second, yeah, and behold what the glorious defense of democracy, or maybe it's something else. What can I say about this? Well, he went out of his tank, I believe, to take this photo. It's written in the name of love in English, Arabic, and also in Hebrew on the pride flag. This is the essence. This photo pretty much shows the essence of Pinkwash. And if you wonder to get more insight about that, I suggest you get familiarized with the term domicide, which is the act of destroying homes, because all experts in this field agree on one thing, that Israel is a prominent example of it against the Palestinians. Yeah, we can move forward. And now we should dive. This is really... Oh, I should tell you about Atzmoni, that actually in hindsight he deeply regrets taking this photo. Like, I'd really like to tell you this. Unfortunately, I can't. April Fool's, by the way. I've listened to all of his appearances. He went viral on the media. He went on and on about him, his boyfriend, his concern for Israel. He didn't have any regrets about, and he wasn't even approached with any criticism by anyone who hosted him. He was just criticized on international media, obviously, but nothing within Israel. Everyone celebrated this act and this person. Yeah. 5 minutes. Okay, we're getting near the end. So, yeah, so everything I said now, let's apply it to Eurovision, because that's the backbone of our already written, that's the backbone, the already written portion of the paper. So I'm going to dive into two interesting case studies of what I just said. The suspension of initial policy, in Israel it's pinkwash, in Russia it's washoff. The suspension of this initial policy in pursuit of a shorter-term agenda. Chovistal, which was the Israeli representative, openly gay representative of the 2016 Eurovision, in the weeks leading up to this Eurovision, was pretty much assaulted in a Moscow airport. He came to promote himself on, Russia, back when Russia still participated, and the border patrol just destroyed his passport, laughed at him, and completely destroyed his passport. He had to get to the Israeli embassy was involved. Everyone within the Israeli state knew about this. They had to produce another document in order for him to leave Russia. This was pretty much overlooked, and not promoted, this incident, by Israeli state media. Just another proof that they don't really care, that they don't genuinely care about the LGBT cause or the LGBT well-being if it doesn't align with other policy, endgames that they have in mind. And another more recent example is, Russia's intervention, which you're going to hear more about. The recent one was actually won by a Vietnamese representative who has, in one of his music videos, actually promotes the acceptance of same-sex couples. There's a very nice image. I mean, it shows all Vietnamese society, all sorts of elderly, disabled, all sorts of, and there's also a same-sex male couple dancing together. You can't miss it. And also, Vietnam's surprisingly good record with LGBT rights, actually. This photograph is from Hanoi Pride of this year's Hanoi Pride, or last year's, I don't remember, but the last one. And how many minutes do I have left? 3? 1? 1.5. Okay, I guess there should have been a text, but once again, I had to cut it short. It was pushed earlier. Our interim findings, pending conclusion. Yeah, my dear colleagues, my LGBT and queer allies, our friends, all I want to say in the words of Michael Jackson is they don't really care about us. Russia wouldn't really mind if you took all over the Western Hemisphere, Vietnam included, and Israel really wouldn't mind if you all just went to hell. Obviously, you're not going to hell, but Israel wouldn't mind if you did. Thank you, and God bless.